Hi, Will from Music Tech here at the AES convention in New York with Andy from Sonnox. Andy, what have you got for us today?
Hey, so we're demoing today the new Oxford Drum Gate. It's a new solution for kind of gating drums and the kind of editing process you'd often go through with drums. We take a bit of a new approach, slightly more intelligent in the way that the detection happens. And we can have a look if you like.
Yeah, let's have a quick listen.
So I've got this here just on a snare drum, and I'll play it to you without any gating first, just so you can kind of hear what's going on. So you're probably hearing there's quite a lot of kick, quite a lot of hi-hat coming through on that snare track. It's not just a clean kind of snare sound. So because they're occupying a similar frequency range as well, it's going to be very difficult for us to gate this under normal circumstances. Both because the peak levels are too high, or higher than the lowest ghost notes, but it also occupies quite a similar frequency range. It's all very mid-focused.
Got it, yeah.
So starting like this, and we're just using, at this point, the Transient Detection. This is kind of the effect that you would get from a normal gate, but this is where the magic of the Oxford Drum Gate comes into play. By selecting snare, we are now listening to every transient that's detected and matching it against a profile of the kick, snare, tom, or we can also create our own profiles. So if we step through just kind of the normal workflow, you'll hear already it should sound fairly natural and actually quite a decent gating sound. The normal gate sound you have is actually this. That's just a static wideband release. Nothing fancy going on, and that's how most gates would sound. We have this second release here which allows us to be a little bit more frequency dependent, hone in on either the body of the snare or perhaps the fizz and the sizzle of the top end. The other thing we can do with this is tailor the decay length based on how hard the drum was hit. So if a drum's hit quite softly, then chances are it's not going to resonate for as long. So what we need to do is just raise this slider, and you should hear now that the ghost notes are much tighter while still allowing the main backbeats to kind of breathe and resonate naturally. Wow. And we'll just step through now to the leveler. So the leveler doesn't employ any compression, so it allows you to save your compression for tonal shaping and kind of getting the vibe from the drums that you want. But what we can do is independently level the backbeats and the ghost notes. So you'll hear that if I bring this down, I can bring the ghost notes down. And in a mix, that's going to tidy things up, or we can bring them up if they're getting lost, which kind of adds to the groove of the original beat. And we can do that separately for both the loud and the soft, whilst we just like cut in? Is that
that's fine.
Okay. So by doing this, we're going to be able to retain the dynamic range, but also improve the consistency of the soft notes and the loud notes. And now if we bypass this, that should be what we were working from originally. And this is kind of our finished result. If we decided it was appropriate, it probably isn't for this genre, but we can then also capture the MIDI to trigger samples from any sampler, and it also has live MIDI out if that's your preferred workflow.
That's super impressive. There's nothing else that does this, is there?
No, not at the moment.
Yeah.
We hope to keep it that way.
Andy, how much is this going to cost then, and when can people get it?
It's available now. It came out just a week ago. Available through Sonnox.com or any of our dealers. The price point will be £170, but at the moment there's an introductory offer through December 4th, I believe, which is 25% off.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Cheers.